makes this sport what it is, a rivalry game. For many schools and fans, it's days like today that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right. Those are the games that make college football special.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Wide open downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Weeks. Got the quick pass. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Davidson. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. It's complete on the right side. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Hill. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll run the option. Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown time! Great job by the back on the option.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Mississippi State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. They are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking for a man. It's Coleman Hope. It's caught downfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Mississippi State right back to the line. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like that?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop block on every single play early.
Which is illegal. You bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would just rough the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Finds a tight end. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Looking for a gap. It's Green. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Running back searching for a hole. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Weeks. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
Just such a nice job by him understanding his responsibility in that cover 2 zone scheme. He's just floating over the middle of the field. He's just very aware of tight ends and running backs around him. And as soon as he sees color, as soon as he sees an intended target, he's already running that way. And he's able to jump the throw and pick it up.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. When you play in a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver, they get to chase him. A really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Pressure coming. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Using his legs, it's Davidson. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires downfield. Connection to the right. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Back to throw, it's Weeks. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got a man. It's Wilson. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a 1st down at the 38. Mississippi State going up tempo.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Back to throw. It's Coleman Hope. Under fire. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Wants to return it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game, you're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. They'll send the back in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Coleman. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to set up the screen. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Weeks. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. He wants to throw it again. Caught close to the marker. It's Coleman. Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way.
Looking for the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Return goes out of bounds.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Dropping back, it's Croman Hope. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Going the other way, and he's got room. And with the interception, they'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Michigan has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy for the folks in Ann Arbor. They're in a tight one. They're up by 4 over Illinois. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Dropping back, it's Croman Hope. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Hauls it in at the 25. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. Oh, what? Made him miss again. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Bama! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And with that score, this thing defense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Looking downfield, it's Coleman Hope. Makes the grab, it's Harrell. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Lets it fly on the move. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Handoff to the single running back. Turning it on. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Harrell. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's a heat. Just gets rid of it before the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Coleman Hope. It's complete to the left. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route coming from the slot receiver to get the completion.
And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. They booted away on 4th down. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
To the air, it's Croman Hope. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. There he goes. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll do it himself. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the 1st.
His drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing...
Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Got some room to run. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to defend the field position with the return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Now rolling to the left. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
This defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Weeks. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Pulls it and fires to the left. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
To the air on 2nd down. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Looking for a man. It's Weeks. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Dead center perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Got his man. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Dumps it to the back. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking downfield, it's Weeks. Makes the catch. It's Wilson. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on fourth down. Trying play action. Now sliding to his left. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Got enough space. Touchdown time. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys.
He's got it for a big play. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Tate. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. They're working that left side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Back open in the middle. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play. Offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Pulls it in. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He was just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here, down close in the red zone.
Looking to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. From the right hash, this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely perfect. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. And he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He leaves it with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.